San Diego State just pulled off a no-hitter, and somehow that's not even the craziest part of their week. The Aztecs used 5 pitchers to shut out UC Riverside 1-0, absolute dominance on the mound. But then reality hit. San Diego State baseball got swept by New Mexico, giving up big inning after big inning. The talent is there, but the consistency, well, that's still missing. Meanwhile, softball is living the same story. They've got serious firepower. Haleah Pollard, Quinn Wyke, and Olivia Gigante. But close losses and pitching struggles are costing them games. So here's the bottom line. San Diego State has the talent to compete across the board, but if they want to win championships, they've got to finish games. And right now, it's not about potential anymore. It's about execution. San Diego State delivered one of its most impressive performances of the season with a combined no-hitter and a 1-0 win over UC Riverside. 5 pitchers, Jake Frohn, Carson Johnson, Issac Araiza, Bryce McKnight, Aidan Russell combined for no hits allowed, 11 strikeouts, and the lone run came on Dawson Santana's RBI single, highlighting a pitching-led victory on a Tuesday night. But Frank, things did not look good for the Aztecs over the weekend.
Yeah, no, the Mountain West roller coaster against New Mexico really came on through. They entered the series against New Mexico hot, but game 1, they lost 5-3 on a walk-off on an Anthony Diaz home run in the 9th inning. Game 2, they lost 11-3 as the Lobos dominated with 16 hits. And then in game 3, they lost 12-8, a back-and-forth game decided by a big 7th inning by New Mexico. Their key issues, big struggling, allowing the big inning and defensive miscues and pitching lapses in key moments. Those are the real reasons why the Aztecs did not favor New Mexico at all.
They had some bright spots. Tice Peterson, team leading in home runs, clutch hitting. Max Farrell, consistent production, multiple hit games. Overall baseball takeaway this week for the Aztecs: elite pitching potential with the no-hitter, resilient offense, but inconsistencies. That's been a recurring thing for most of our T1 schools here in town when it comes to baseball and softball. It's the inconsistencies, especially against top Mountain West competition, that's going to cost them a chance to stay atop the standings and really cost them a chance for an NCAA tournament bid. But what's going on in softball?
Yeah, softball, they played against Utah State. They had lost the series 2-1. Lost the first game of the series 4-3. A late collapse, unfortunately, took them out of that one. A 9-1 win in game 2. They had run rule dominance again. It's very familiar to what we heard last week. And then lost 5-4 as a late comeback fell short. Again, something we heard very similar last week. Quinn Wyke, a multi-home run game. Haleah Pollard continuing to stand out while hitting. And Kiana Pua, a strong pitching win. And then against Nevada, got swept in a doubleheader, unfortunately. 7-4 loss and a 13-2 loss on a run rule with late inning pitching being the big issue.
Yeah, they had late inning pitching struggles, inability to contain big offensive innings against San Jose State. They had split results as well. They won 6-1, big 7th inning rally. They lost 8-0. Run rule after resumed game. The highlight of that game was Olivia Gigante, multi-homer game and clutch hitting. Overall softball takeaway: offense flashes explosive potential, especially from Pollard, Wyke, Gigante, and Macario, but inconsistency again in pitching and defense has led to dropped series. Big picture takeaway from this week: I mean, the baseball team's got a very high ceiling, obviously, but they need to be more consistent in conference play. And for softball, they got a very talented lineup, but it's their pitching depth and late game execution that are concerns. Almost like a tale of two teams with baseball and softball over there on the Mesa. So, which of these Aztecs teams do we think is the closest to turning its season into a true conference title run? Baseball or softball? For me, it's got to be baseball, because in these particular sports that are similar, pitching is what always gets you through. And San Diego State has shown that their starting pitching can help them in a lot of big ways.
Yeah, not even in the no-hitter as well, able to get through games. Games have been close. The bats have been able to work for the most part in the baseball side. So, yeah, I would say baseball is probably the more likely if there was going to be a turnaround out of the two.